A short while ago, I guess about an hour, a little bit longer ago, there was a gust of 101 miles per hour. Another squall coming in, the eye wall down in here, and that's where the strongest wind gusts will occur. Some of these bands farther to the north, back over towards Chandeleur Islands and over toward Lake Bourne, heading essentially from easterly to westerly direction. But if you look at the surface winds, you have more of a northeasterly wind component. So that's just telling us there's a lot of spin in the atmosphere. So there's also that risk of tornadoes with some of these bands, which are just east of New Orleans, rapidly moving back over toward the west. So tornado threat also. Let's take a look at the big picture out there. Here's the information as of 1 a.m. Central Daylight from the Hurricane Center. Since this time, it has moved a little bit closer, and as I was pointing out a little bit ago, that it is actually not too far away from landfall, but there's something else that we want to share with you here. Look at the imagery right here. Then all of a sudden, the western side there, it appears that a trough of low pressure may have eroded a little bit to the western side of this hurricane. Also, it has made more of a turn. If you look at the satellite imagery here, it was on that northwesterly course. It does appear to be going through that west-northwest, now just to the northerly direction. So it has made more of a curve, and that's going to take it up toward Plaquemines Parish, probably over to the east of Grand Isle, and Southwest Pass. This area right in through here may just move just barely off to the west. So at this point, if it continues to the north, it'll probably stay a little bit over to the east of New Orleans. Again, the radar imagery here, this is the eye wall right in this area here. That's where the strongest winds will be felt. And then you have just a series of bands getting heavier and heavier as you get closer to the eye of the hurricane. Some of these other bands here, if you notice, it looks a lot more cellular, where you can see a little blob here and there. A couple of those bands, those are the ones near the Mississippi-Alabama coast. Those are the ones that are racing from the east to the west. Those are the bands right there that have that threat of producing the tornadoes. But again, we have that threat also of looking at that storm surge and the wave action. We're looking at some of the reports earlier from the buoys, which are offshore, and wave heights. Last check, a little bit over to the south of Dauphin Island by about 75 miles. Wave heights now have built up to 40 feet. So the waves definitely increasing. So this is a huge concern to us with the water level rise. 20-25 feet, coast Mississippi, southeast Louisiana, Lake Pontchartrain, then a little bit farther to the east. Not as high as a water level rise, but also the wave action actually could be higher farther to the east. So especially northwest Florida, then back over to southeast coast of Louisiana, water rise, primary concern, also with the wind damage. Bottom line, we have seen Katrina remaining extremely dangerous, Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Conditions now deteriorating. That will continue as we head right through the mid-morning hours. It may make landfall. Next 2 or 3 hours, it gets close to southeastern Louisiana. Once again, here's Bob and here's Warren.
Interesting to see some of that deterioration in the western part of Katrina. Hopefully that will continue. Stay here at the Weather Channel for complete storm alert coverage of Hurricane Katrina.
We're already seeing the effects of Hurricane Katrina around New Orleans. We've got updates for the rest of the night and on into the day Monday. This is Hurricane Central at the Weather Channel. Let's get your local forecast.